What's good everyone, Doms here. In this video I'm going to talk about the best iPhone camera settings for UGC videos or for video presenting videos recorded with a phone. The main principle of some of these settings are the same for all phones, so if you're an Android user, you can also apply some of these settings. Now, the most important thing, and I really want to emphasize this because a lot of people forget it, is to use your normal cameras, the ones on the back of your phone, and not the front-facing camera. Simply because there is a significant audio and video quality difference between the two of them. The cameras on the back of your phone have better lenses, and that makes a huge difference. I know it's very comfortable to see yourself while recording. It's easier to frame it and get a good composition, but the end result will be better if you're using the back-facing cameras. And I mean, yeah, maybe before recording, you will need to do a few extra steps to make sure you're in frame and the composition looks good, but after that, the video itself will turn out better. Alright, moving on to the camera settings. So, go into your iPhone camera settings, and the very first thing we're gonna set up is the quality. Now, I think today the standard quality for YouTube videos or all kinds of social media videos is 4K. Even though if you look into platform requirements, you'll see that, for instance, for Instagram Reels, the optimal resolution is 1080 by 1920, and it could differ with other platforms as well, but it doesn't mean that your video has to be in that resolution. Why? Because the platform will downgrade or compress your video. But guess what? If the original quality of your video is higher, the compressed version will be better as well. So 4K. If your phone can shoot in 4K, go with that. Or if it can shoot in a higher resolution, go with that. As a rule of thumb, when you're shooting with a phone, the higher the quality, the better. Moving on to frame rates. The standard frame rate for film in general is 24 or 25 FPS. Now, when it comes to social media videos, short form platforms, and even YouTube videos, 30 FPS is very often used. You can cut the video easier and avoid funny faces between cuts, so that's what I would recommend. But don't forget that sometimes clients or jobs will have specific technical requirements. So if they want you to shoot in 24 or 25, then obviously you've got to go with that. Now, if you don't find the 25 FPS setting on your iPhone, tap on Show Path Formats, so it reveals those options as well. Now, HDR video settings. If you have them, turn them on. It'll give your footage a higher dynamic range, which basically balances out the light and the shadows in your image. Alright, then when it comes to audio settings, the default is stereo, which is great for recording surrounding sounds. But when it comes to speech, it should be in mono. I mean, think about it. Stereo means that the sound is coming from two sources, but speech only has one source, your mouth. That doesn't mean that you can't record speech in stereo, but you need two microphones for that. And when it comes down to recording audio with a phone, mono is the better option in my opinion. Hey guys, I just realized while working on this video that I completely forgot about mentioning the actual formats that you can use when filming with an iPhone. If you go into the format settings, you can choose from two formats, high efficiency and most compatible. High efficiency will create MOV files and most compatible will work with MP4 files. That's why it's called most compatible. Now, for the highest quality, and also it's written here for HDR videos, you will have to choose high efficiency. That's what I would recommend. That's what I shoot on my iPhone with. However, if it's specifically required by a client that you deliver MP4 files, you will have to choose the most compatible here. Now, on iPhones, depending on your model, you'll also have RAW settings. Newer iPhones can shoot in Apple ProRes, which is a RAW format. But here's the thing about RAW formats. First of all, you need a lot of storage space. They do give a much higher quality compared to standard videos, so they're great for specific jobs, but unless it's required to shoot in super high quality, and unless you have a ton of storage on your phone and your computer and enough power to edit it, I wouldn't recommend it. That said, if you want to shoot something really polished, something very professional looking, and your phone is capable, you can use Apple ProRes. It will give you much more flexibility when it comes to color grading, but it's not at all necessary when it comes to UGC videos or video presenting jobs, but it's there. These were the settings from the main camera settings, but when you go into the actual camera app, you can also tweak a few things. First of all, check the exposure correction. It can make the image darker or brighter depending on the environment. Now, the most important thing, regardless of your phone, whether you're shooting in RAW, HEVC, MP4, 4K, or 1080p, If you don't have good lighting, your image is gonna look bad. With proper lighting, your phone footage can look really great, but in low light conditions, it's gonna get noisy real fast. Now on iPhones, there is also the cinematic mode, which basically blurs out the background, and you can set fictional f-stops to make the background more or less blurry. It's a nice feature. In general, it's better to use a higher f-stop rather than a lower one, because if the background is too blurry, you'll start noticing weird contours around your hair or detailed parts of your body or outfit because the phone can't fully recognize everything. Other things to do before recording: test your composition and exposure. When you're shooting with your phone or with actually any kind of cameras, make sure to leave some headroom in the composition just in case you want to zoom in later or add effects or captions. It's especially true for vertical videos where you do need a lot of space for captions, but also in this case, see, I don't have a whole lot of headroom, but I can still use zooming effects. I'd definitely steer away from using built-in effects or presets or picture modes. You want clean base footage that you or the client can tweak later. If you use filters or presets and the image is already altered, and you or the client will just have less flexibility with working on the footage. So just don't do that. Other than that, these are the basic settings I'd recommend for UGC videos or video presenting jobs. I hope these settings help you shoot better videos, and I hope you found this video helpful. And if you've got questions, leave them in the comments. If you've got topic requests, drop those too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later, guys.